Today, I want to journey with you, and I want to ask you to do this with me and really engage and think about what are those dreams that you have left behind. Okay, so what goal setting is not. I really want to be clear on this because we forget what goal setting really is, and it might sometimes be confusing because we focus on the wrong things when we think goal setting, and it might even keep us away from setting our goals. Okay, so goal setting, it's not supposed to be heavy or a burden. It's not someone else's plan for your life. Okay, it's not someone else's plan for your life. It's not your to-do list. It's not something only big corporate companies do. And it's not a rule book which is going to shout at you when you fail. Okay, this is very important that we understand this, because if these are any of the preconceived ideas that you might have about a goal, it might keep you away from setting any goals and going towards anything that really can change your life and have a positive impact on you. Okay, so what is a goal? According to you, honey, I've really thought about this, and I think this is actually what it is. A goal is the name we give to an achievement which helps us to experience significance. We must remember that significance is the main motivator behind many things that we do. We want to experience significance, and sometimes if we go through life, we actually lose excitement because we are not experiencing significance. When you're a parent, okay, significance is part of it's a foundational truth, right? But sometimes we live our lives so into our children's lives that our own significance goes away, and we can't really spend time in an avenue where we are feeling significant, not only for our children, but in other parts of our lives. Okay, goals can be big actions or small actions. The importance, therefore, does not lie in the specific achievement, but the experience we are aiming for. So when we go and we think about a goal, it's very important to think of the experience we are aiming for. So when you go into goals, don't just pick anything. Don't just think, oh, I want to always to do this, and I have to get to organizing my cupboard, or getting all the photos done, or whatever. Yeah, there can be significance in that, but don't just pick something on your to-do list and make that a goal, because that's not necessarily going to give you the significance that you're looking for, and it might just add extra burdens to you, which is not going to help you motivate getting towards that goal. Because Oprah Winfrey says, the key to realizing a dream is not to focus on success, but significance. Right. So if we spoke about this now, with this information in mind, I want to ask you the question, will you know now how to find the motivation behind your goal? Okay, so you will have to think, okay, I need to experience significance. I need to feel like I'm moving forward personally before I set this goal. So I have to think about what is going to move me forward. And then the next question I want to ask you is, do you know yourself well enough to be clear on what you will experience as significant? Okay, it's a very long question, but all that means is, do you really know yourself? Do you really understand what makes you feel significant? Sometimes we feel that moment when something comes along, an opportunity or experience with people, or an event, or a certain action, when we feel, okay, it happened. Here it is. I feel so significant when I do this. But then it goes away and you forget about it, and only when something like that comes around again, you feel it again. But when we get to know ourselves, it's more in the forefront of our thinking of, okay, but this is my type of personality. I have done some self-discovery, and I have realized that this is mostly what makes me feel significant. And therefore, I will set a goal in that area so that I can feel that I'm achieving something. Now, in the course that I'm going to tell you about, we go deep into your self-discovery, and we try to really dig deep in you getting to know yourself. Okay, so now take your time. It's very important to not just grab goals and run with them as a recipe for is a recipe for disaster, because what you might just create is another to-do list, and that is not good. A goal is bigger than a to-do list. Okay, don't fall into that trap. And the plan is to succeed, and don't set yourself up for disaster. Because if you now just take random things that you want to do, you might overburden yourself thinking, oh, I've got so much that I now personally decided as goals to do, but I'm not getting to them. And I am now, in spite of all the other pressures I have, I'm now beating myself up because I didn't get to my goal. So that's not productive. It's not a good way going about to do this. Okay, so let's brainstorm together. If I can help you think of how to get to this goal, I would do the following. Okay, these are my suggestions. What achievement would you find significant in your life, here and now? I'm going to make a few suggestions, right? So I want you to think so long, and I want you to put down in the comments, as we do this, what you would feel is a significant experience that you would want to go for in a goal. And I'm just giving you a few suggestions to get yourself thinking, is to spend more time in creating art, to find a better routine in your day, to spend more quality time with your husband, to spend time on training in the career you are pursuing, or to be more present with your family when you're at home. So it's a bigger goal. Can you see there's more significance in there? So if you can think of something that you would like to change, or an experience you would find significant if you set a goal in that area, what would that be? Put it down in the comments below, and even if you're watching this on replay, just put it down and see how you can then get to your goal. Okay, so now that you thought, okay, what could that significant experience be that I am longing for? Now I would like you to put an action or activity which would help you achieve that experience. So do you see we have to break it down? We first have to go for the big, deep reason, the why you want to set a goal. And now we're going to put an action to it. And it shouldn't be lots of actions, okay? It should be one main important action that you feel is going to make a difference for you. Okay, so for instance, start with art classes. If we spoke about the art that you would like to create more, get up earlier and plan my day. If you need better routine, if routine would give you significance and help you feel more organized. So set up date nights for me and my spouse. If we, go want to spend more time with my husband route. Find an online course on the topic I want to study if you want to go for more training. And when at home, we're talking now about being present with my family. So when at home, I'm going to put my phone on a specific place and only check messages at a certain time. That could help you be more present. This is only suggestions for actions, okay? But this action now is going to achieve your goal. So think clearly about it. Think about the time you have. Think about your emotional capacity at this stage. Think of how you can succeed. Plan to succeed. Okay, so write it down if you want to share with us. Write down what is that action that you would like to put with your experience or your significance experience to be able to set that goal. Now, once you know which activity will support your significant experience, you can complete this statement. I would like to start, and that is then your action with art classes, or when I get at home, put my phone away, or go for the online training. On a date. A date is very important, or before a certain date, because that gives a real outcome to this goal of yours. If you know I've got a deadline, because now also you are excited to know that this thing that's been in the back of my mind that I really want to achieve, I can now because I set a date. Why? Because creating art helps me experience significance. Don't forget your why. If you don't remember the why, you won't be getting to your goal. That is time and time again a question that we ask ourselves subconsciously. You don't really know about it, but if you can't answer the why, you will not get to do what you planned out to do. What really helps in this setup as well is to have accountability, to have a partner, a friend, a partner, or someone that's close to you and that you would like, to share your personal growth with, to let them know, okay, this is my goal by that time. Can I ask you to keep me accountable? And ask them to check in and ask if I've done it. Have you done it? Did you set out what you wanted to do? Okay, so a few golden rules that I have for doing this goal setting is to keep it simple. Less is more. That is a fact. Less is more. We cannot make our goals complicated. Don't put in long activities, 3 or 4 activities, and too much of a deep experience that's a complicated emotion which you can't unpack quickly. Because when we think we need to have overriding thoughts and we have to quickly just say things to ourselves to keep ourselves motivated. Be good to the goalkeeper. This is you. Encourage yourself along the way. Don't break yourself down, because that will be very hard to keep your goal if you are going to bash yourself over the head and say, but now you haven't done it, you set it out to do. Don't do that. Be positive about yourself and know that this is really important to you, and therefore you will find a way to do this. Don't give up. The more you practice, the luckier you get. So if you set a deadline and you pass that deadline and you can't keep up with it, don't give up. Set another deadline. Keep on going up until you get it right, because this is the way we move forward. And remember, when you fail, it is not a mirror to who you are or what you can't achieve. It's just a stepping stone. So you failed this time, you had a practice run, and you're going to try again. And this time you're going to do it better because you know what was the obstacle the previous time. And then always remember your why. It's so important to remember your why, because this is the reason that we keep to our goals. It's like what I said right in the beginning. We need to know what will be that significant experience for us, and that will keep us inspired and motivated to move forward. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'm so sorry that today with Facebook Live it's very hard to see the comments and I can't really comment on that, but I hope you enjoyed this training and that you learned something out of it. Okay, and that you can practically put it into action. Okay, so now the big moment has arrived. It's about the course that I'm going to explain to you that is available now. It's a course specifically for special needs parents. And this whole course centers around living with intention. Okay, so this online course is designed to focus on transformation in your personal life as a special needs parent by taking on each day with intention and not just surviving from one day to the next. In this 5-day course, we will address being present in your circumstances and making peace with your realities. It's a very important, fundamental stepping stone that we need as parents with special needs kids. Giving ourselves permission to dream again and be happy. I think there's so many times that we are the only ones preventing ourselves from having something to look forward to. So, this is a very exciting venture. Thirdly, to understand our choices, which creates opportunities. I think when you have in our situation a life where it feels like circumstances is overpowering your life, it's almost like life is happening to you and you don't have a choice in it. It's important to understand over which things we do have choices and how choices work. And that is what we will also discuss. Using the time we have wisely. Time is an issue. We don't have lots of time, but there is time that we can use and really make work for us. Letting go of control. Control is also a very apparent thing in most of our lives, because when you go into crisis, this is what you do. You start taking control of your circumstances, but that thing can roll over into your life and actually give you a heavy burden. And that is something we will also work with. So this program, how it will work, is it will be run from a private Facebook group for all paid members. There will be daily videos, and there will be email communications with worksheets. And then throughout this 5-day period, there will be 3 Zoom call meetings where we check in and where we just, talk to each other and implement all the things that we are learning. Okay, so the key to transformation is implementation, and practical activities will be our focus. We will really go and say, okay, everything that I've learned today, how am I going to integrate it into my life? I want to also say that you have to know that it will take you around about 30 minutes a day to complete this course, and then 3 extra sessions on Zoom during the course of the week that should be not longer than an hour each. So it's not going to take up your whole day. You're going to have to sit for 5 hours a day to work on this. But it's going to be something valuable that you can implement in your life so that you can start experiencing change. Okay, so the $1 million question is, what is the program pricing? Okay, so this course values at $300 currently, but for this week, there's a discount of 50% to any students enrolling by Wednesday, 2 June at 8 p.m. GMT plus 2 time, and the exclusive price is then $150. So I really want to just invite you to think about this, because this can really change things for you. And if you've been in that it's almost like a spiral of just survival mode, and then getting up and falling down and getting up and falling down. This course is going to help you to move forward, to get stuff, to look at stuff in your lives that you need to work on. Okay, so the doors for this course closes on Thursday, 4 June at 8 p.m. Also GMT plus 2 time. Okay, so don't wait. You deserve to have a happy life. I hope you know that.